Wait till we go live then, Paul.
You're live.
We're live.
Live.
Salute. See.
First show of 2026, mate. Happy New Year.
and to you. And to you.
Is it too late to say it now? Because we're mid-March? No, I don't think so either. So, Happy New Year to all our people watching, if there is anybody. And if you could just put in your comments that you could see, hear us, it'd be great. It'd be great. So, a good one, Paul, break?
I did, mate, yeah. I had a lovely break, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly the same here.
Yeah. I felt a bit guilty, to be fair, when I went back to work, because you're hearing the stories of all different illnesses people had, and I thought, I've managed to swerve that one.
Yeah, touch wood.
Nice.
Touch wood.
Hey,
I think we got away with it. But yeah, all good, I think. But can't see any comments yet, but I'm sure people will listen to us.
I can't even find us.
Yeah, I think we're in it somewhere. I think it's come up on email, but no. I don't know. I'm sure you'll let us know.
What's that?
If there's anybody out there.
Yeah, we've got one watcher. We've got one watcher, but it seems that it's going to be a very laggy, isn't it?
Oh, I found us.
It hasn't popped up on my phone though. Is it you?
No, I don't get
No.
notifications anymore. I just have to keep refreshing until something comes up.
It's really bad, isn't it?
Yeah. I've actually got it up on the Journey page rather than the Essex Ghost Hunters page. Don't usually get that.
I don't get any bloody thing.
I don't think I've got anything. Hold on, this is good. Yeah.
Right, I found it, but it ain't come up. We've got two watchers. It might start feeding through now. Hopefully, anyway.
You never know.
Let us know you're there, guys. Let us know you're there, guys.
Just say hello. Yeah, I can see it. More Journey through the unexplained, yeah.
Well, it's live on everything. It is live on everything. So
well, we need to know. So
all we need to. That's bugging me. Look at that. Really bugging me. Right, let's go. Let's go. Good evening. Heidi is in the building as well. So we've got some people in the building. We've got people coming in.
that's good. That's good.
So, right, let's go. I don't know why this is, but we are going to play. Oh, won't let me. Great. So I can't even play it from the beginning. Stupid. How stupid.
It's 8 p.m. Thursday night. It can only mean one thing. In the shadows where the unknown calls, beyond the veil, beyond belief. Footsteps in the dark, voices with no name, secrets buried deep, nothing stays the same. From haunted halls to truths they hide, we cross the line to the other side. It's a journey through the The truth is closer than ever before.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to the EGH Journey Through the Unexplained Paranormal Talk Show. And we are live for the first time in. I've got feedback coming from somewhere, so it's going to be me, so just hold tight. For the first time this year in 2026, and I said 2026, we are live, we are broadcasting, and welcome, one and all, to the show. My wonderful co-hosts are with me, Mr. Psychic Si, Mr. Paranormal Paul. How are we this evening?
Very well.
All good. All
That's
good.
what I'd like to hear. Mr. Paranormal Paul, are you all okay?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah. I'm raring to go. Fresh for a new year.
That's what we like to hear. We've got loads of people in the chat. We've got the lovely Heidi Hansen. We've got Sandra in the chat. We've got Jojo J in the chat as well. So, yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody for the chats that we are going to have tonight. Well, I think we have got a lot to talk about. I don't think it is it's not going to be a quiet show because things are going on. We've had the comets past Earth since the last time we did a show and nothing happened. We've had everything that's gone on over the last couple of weeks. We've got turmoil in the UK. We've got turmoil around the world. But hey ho, we're here to pull it apart and go from pillar to post. And the last show I did was on the 15th of December, 18th of December. I do lie to you. And we was going to make some predictions what would happen within 2026. So throughout the show, we will be dropping a few of our predictions of what will be happening throughout the year, or what we feel that will be happening without the year. So let's just cut to the chase. I'm going to ask everyone, as I do every Mr. Paranormal Paul, how was your Christmas and how was your New Year?
Lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was nice because when I have time off work, I'm always doing something. I'm always either decorating or building something, or I've always got a list of chores. But this year, I didn't do anything. And we wasn't at home Christmas Day, Boxing Day. We was out at the family, which is very rare for us. We're always at home. So it was nice. I didn't spend all morning cooking. I just sat there, ate, drunk. And I just had a really I managed to get the week off. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Recharged my batteries.
That's what I like to hear. That sounds just perfect. The only thing I don't like about that, Paul, is that you didn't have to do any cooking. See, I think that's my favourite part of Christmas. I love the cooking side of things. I love it.
I do. And I was a bit, I'm going to feel like a bit of a, but no, I enjoyed it. It was nice. It made a nice change. For years, I've cooked Christmas dinner, so it was nice not to have to do it.
I just love it. I love it. I just love it. I love that part of it.
No, if somebody cooks it for me, I'm quite happy.
Yeah. I'm going to ask the same question to you, Simon. How was your Christmas and how was your New Year?
Yeah, had a really good break. Yeah, it's just a good, quiet, lovely break. Yeah, very nice.
Well, you had 2 weeks off, didn't you? Maybe a bit longer, wasn't it? Two and a bit weeks, was it?
24th I stopped.
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So nice relaxing break.
It was needed, though. It was needed.
Oh, 100%. Who doesn't need it? That's exactly what it's all about. That's what Christmas and the New Year is all about. And I hope everybody in the chat has had a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year to you all. I don't know when we should stop saying. So one of them questions, isn't it? When do you actually stop saying Happy New Year? At what point do you say Happy New Year to you?
I reckon 24th December.
I'll stop saying it on the 2nd, I think.
But no, we've got loads to catch up with. But I think what we'll do is we'll just pop back to obviously before Christmas and Atlas 3i that was supposed to, you know, the craft that was going to come through Earth and cause all the disruption and everything like that. Well, yes, we are still here. Did it cause much disruption? I didn't hear of much disruption. Did anybody else?
No.
No.
I did go out in the garden every night when it was clear and have a good look up in the sky when we was meant to see it, but I couldn't see nothing. I don't think it was meant to be visible this side, this side of the planet.
Yeah, I was quite, you know, I was expecting it something, you know. There was no such, you know, I know they was talking about there was going to be interference with Wi-Fi and things like that and systems going down. But did it?
No.
I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything. I don't think anything happened within our, you know, I don't quite know if it was close to our orbit as what side of Earth it was spinning at that point.
But you'd have heard it if it had been seen the other side of the world, because it would have made news, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Just you know,
it just went completely quiet, didn't it? You know, the build up to it, it was every day there was a new video, and then the day it was meant to happen, it just died.
It was crazy. It was crazy, but just proves that I think we can get. And I will say it as how I see it. I think people like us, potentially like us, like a conspiracy theorist and paranormal seeker or whatever you want to see, who has a sense of something else out there that could possibly be there. I think sometimes people in our field, I should say our field, can take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, and once again,
perhaps they're doing that for a reason, to deflect something else that's going on that we don't know about. So while we're all looking up in the sky up there for something's going on down here. That's the way I would look at it as well.
Exactly that. But I also, you know, once again, to the powers to be, the deep state, however you want to, you know, see it or manipulate that side of things, they were the ones that started this theory or shenanigans off. It was NASA itself released a statement saying the meteor that was headed towards Atlas 3i had changed direction or had made some significant movement. So it just reiterates to, you know, my theory of how things like that were portrayed. I think it's them telling us the truth in ways. Do I think that was any form of alien craft? Well, it would have been passed a number of times. I don't think it was on any course to us or going past us. You know, it would have been passed many a times in my eyes. This creature or these creatures.
There's enough alien craft out there that we could see without it being highlighted. To be quite honest.
I think this one was more mainstream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, people in our field, you can't help but get dragged into it because there's a part of you that wants something to happen. You know, I don't want this to come out wrong, but even if it's a bad thing, at least it's proof that something's going to happen. You know, you can't help but get dragged into it. So you are expecting something out of it. You know, I must admit I got dragged into it a little bit, not as much as I thought I would, but you're hoping for something to happen, and you can't help it when it's so busy on social media about it. You know, it does draw you in, and I'm still waiting for the another episode of Stranger Things. I got dragged into that one as well, so.
I haven't seen the last series yet. I've got to get onto that. It's one of my things for this year. Haven't got onto that. But yeah, no, I won't say I got dragged into it, but I become to get interested in it. Because when we talk about the extraterrestrial side of things and what is classed as disclosure and things like that, and you think, that's that moment of anticipation. Could this be the time of what we want? and obviously not.
Hmm.
So we go
Well,
again.
as far as we know, anyway, something might have happened. But if it's all, like you say, deep state and deep government, that there was communication, we ain't going to hear about it.
No, I generally don't think there was any sort of form of whatever you want to call it. To be fair, I just think it was potentially some form of meteor that did pass our atmosphere, you know, and that's all. I do generally just think it was generally a meteor. I don't think it was any alien craft at all. I don't know if there's anyone in the chat that thinks differently or anything like that. If you've got any comments on that, please let us know. If you've got any feelings or thoughts of, was it alien craft? Please let us know.
Did we see anything?
But there was even no on that question there, Simon. Even as the event passed, I didn't see any videos of anyone actually capturing it as it was going past, like I thought I would.
No.
They had all these pictures of it coming towards us, or something coming towards us, and then actually when it was within the shot of it, it was like, well,
Nothing.
where is it?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, on that note, I think we are. No, Heidi thinks the same as us. No, it was not an alien craft. And Simon, I think you sort of have I sort of sense from your saying is they made us look up. Then obviously something it was sheltering something else.
Yeah, exactly it. Exactly that down here.
What that it does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? When we have apocalyptic events and things like that, so they do tend to sort of spray it away from us just a little bit. But has anything gone on here that makes us feel like it? You feel something is in the waters. But I think that will lead on to sort of further questioning further down the line, to be fair. But yeah, on that note, I've got nothing more to say on Atlas 3i. And Joe, I initially thought it was a start of Project Bluebeam, but when I went into Farsight and I changed my mind, what would you be thinking then, Simon? Joe, are you thinking alien craft? Are you thinking just normal comet going past, or meteor, whatever you call it? Are you sort of linking it to something? Hi, Stuart. Bit late. Hello. So yeah, it'd be interesting to sort of get your thoughts on that, guys.
Someone playing a computer game?
Yes, that's like Russ.
That's the second time that's done it. Whatever it is, I generally don't know. Generally don't know, guys. I don't know.
I can hear something in the background, like there's a TV playing or a computer game playing.
Talking, all the time.
I've got nothing on apart from me.
Yeah.
I've got nothing on.
So Farsight done a remote viewing on the object and showed that it was a craft within it. So you've got that feeling of it was a craft. It was obviously a craft that didn't want anything to do with Earth. As well, potentially, could it be hovering in the? But then we've got technology to look apparently out at the universe, haven't we? So we would be seeing some form of alien craft hanging there if it was waiting there. So it was. They showed a dogfight with other craft, which was supposed to be
with telescopes. Was it visible visible. I think that's meant to say.
Yeah. We haven't, as I say, I haven't seen
I
any.
anything about
No.
that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any evidence of that. Not to say there isn't any evidence of that, but that would be an interesting one to see if there was any sort of clips or anything of that. If that does sort of clip us, then we will be called wrong. But I'm happy to be wrong if we can see some evidence of that. But yeah, I'm not too sure what I think it would. I think we have more things to worry about than coronal mass.
The coronal mass ejections from the sun. Yeah.
I don't worry about things. It is what it is at the end of the day. We can't change that. But it's not affecting us, is it? I haven't. To be fair, the way the world's going, anyone visiting us would say, "No, not for me. I'm off."
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, Stuart. I might be right on that one. Yes.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, not today, thanks. It's like an episode of EastEnders, isn't it? It is like an episode of EastEnders, our world. So, as we've sort of come on to that sort of thing, I would like each of us to go with one of our predictions for this year. We're only going to do one. We're going to do one and have a little chat, and then we'll talk about something else and go back to the second one. So pick one of your predictions, and I'm going to start with you, Mr. Paranormal Paul, of what one of your predictions is that we might see within 2026.
See, I found it really hard to do the predictions, but I'll start with my boring one, and it's a bit political, so I didn't really want to do it, but I'm predicting that Starmer's going to be out by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one of my predictions because I think there's going to be a civil uprising. And Starmer's going to be put out. So that is actually one of mine as well, Paul. I didn't want to. Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, mate.
No, that's absolutely fine. No. I think you're, two minds there. I wasn't going to go with this one first, okay? But it will. I haven't put that per se, okay? And please don't think what I'm going to say next is going to be an action on that person. But I do feel that somewhere within the world this year that we will see an official assassination of a world leader in pure daylight. I think we're going to see another JFK moment that the whole world will see. Who that is, I'm not going to. I don't feel like I need to draw anything from that. But I don't think it will be our country. There's a good chance it would be obviously the States, because I feel that would make more of a physical thing. But I'd also want to say that we could be going along something like Korea or somewhere over there as well. For me, that's where my gut feel goes with that. But I do feel that there will be an official assassination on a world leader. No, I'm not talking about sort of like the Venezuelan world leader that obviously has become more famous for being kidnapped than he was ever prior to that. I'm talking about one of the heads of massive state that will be shot dead. But obviously, I don't think it's going along your sort of lines, because you're just saying he's out. But if that's one way of getting him out, it could all fit into the same scenario. Joe's, I predict this year the dollar will collapse and they will introduce the cryptocurrency. It will begin of the digital currency, and we will lose a lot of our savings. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. They kind of thought it was going that way through the pandemic, didn't they? was especially when Biden came in as well. The dollar was just losing and dying, and I think it was XRP was going to take over, and I don't know. I think the dollar's getting pretty strong now. Trump's back in power, though, isn't it? So I don't know if I could see that happening now, but I certainly could have seen it before he got back in.
But it doesn't necessarily mean the dollar has to collapse, though, does it? To introduce a cryptocurrency or a digital currency,
No.
it doesn't necessarily mean that the dollar has to collapse. Once again, that digital currency, we sort of looking along that lines of the new world order, isn't it? You know, that one world, one order again.
Yeah,
you know,
digital IDs and
that's been dropped, isn't it? In the UK, that's a U-turn. Another U-turn that's been forced out.
So many U-turns. So many U-turns.
Yeah, so many, but it's still going ahead. It's still going ahead.
Yeah,
it's only optional.
We was talking about this when we started doing the show together, Russ, about digital ID and everything that sort of started to come into play through the pandemic. It was all the test period and a run up to what they wanted to implement. You know, I remember we spent quite a bit of time talking about it. You know, it was another form of control. Get your digital ID, then the digital currency, and then your social credits and this and that. Be a good boy or you'll lose your privilege.
Be a good boy.
Yeah.
No, I get it. If they was to, as I said, I've said on previous shows before, if they use the digital ID for the reasons that they were saying, then I would use it. If I could fly with using a digital ID that was on my phone, I would use it. Because I don't want the worry of going on holiday and thinking, passport, I get to the airport, where's my passport? Why would I need that worry? Why would, if I got stopped by the police and I've got the card that I'd have to produce, if I've got a digital ID on my phone and I could just produce it there and then to get that off my back, then I'm for it. Okay? I would never. The key thing was for the digital ID is stop people working within this country, illegal migrants. Well, we have a thing called national insurance number to get a job in this country. Now, why would a migrant or anything like that go, oh, look, here's my digital ID? Why would an employee take a digital ID if they're not going to bother taking a national insurance number? It makes no sense of what they would do. It makes no sense. So for what you were saying, Paul, it was about a control mechanism. Yes, it was. It wasn't used for what, if I could have everything in one place. So all I was doing is going to the airport with my suitcase and my mobile phone. And Sandra said, what if I lost my mobile phone? But then they've only got to look it up. It's digital ID. They could log on to a system and then they would.
Ask you a question then. How many times have you forgotten your passport at the airport?
Never. No. But it's not the point of that. It's the stress and strain of when I'm going to the airport. I've got to remember this. I've got to remember that. I've got to remember this. I've got to remember that to get to the airport. It's one thing that I'm always going to have in my pocket, and that's the one thing that's got would have my money. That would have everything on it. I wouldn't have to worry about changing up currency. I wouldn't have to worry about plane tickets. I wouldn't have to worry about my e-hit card. I wouldn't have to worry about my passport. I wouldn't have to worry about, where am I parking? It'd be all on there as it is, which I'm all for if it was for them reasons. It's not for them reasons. No. And that's my whole point. Joe said, would I opt in? No, I wouldn't opt in because it's not beneficial to me at this moment in time. It isn't. And that's,
Yeah.
No, that's the only reason. To make my life easier, something to make my life easier, I'm going to be all for it. And, it's simple. Why would I want a passport when I could have it on my phone? It's like having lace-up shoes, Velcro shoes.
Yeah. I don't see it like that. I mean, first of all, I think, anything on your person, a phone's stolen more than people's wallets nowadays. So you've got more chance of losing everything. But it's just another form of, the state telling us what we've got to do. They seem to forget that they're supposed to work for us. It's everything's gone 180, and this is why things are changing so dramatically now, and there's so many U-turns, because he realizes that you don't tell people what to do, especially if it's not in your manifesto. You don't just dictate.
But I think also with digital ID, you've got to look into AI and what that could possibly do.
Well, to be fair,
it becomes very dangerous. I believe AI is dangerous, and if we, and I'm not old school, because I can see what AI can do. It can do so many things, brilliant, but it can also do a lot of bad things. It can put people when they're not.
But digital ID is already there. It's already there, because have any of you renewed your driving license recently?
No.
So I have, okay, and it's all I did is went on the website, and it goes blah blah blah. You put your driving license number in, and you don't have to upload a photo anymore, because your photo's already on the system, because you've got a passport. So if you've got a new passport that is blue, the one that has facial recognition on, so you don't have to get, when you go into thing, you turn it over, you put it down.
Yeah.
So we've already got that. We've already got digital IDs there, in my eyes, because they're using my passport as my driving license and my driving license as my passport. You can use either photo. I had to do Nan's blue badge renewal. Now, if Nan had a passport or a driving license, I wouldn't have to take a picture to upload it. They could have used it. So we're already on that motion of with digital ID anyway, one place, one system. So it's there. It's there already. It's just not being forced upon us. No different. It's just one of those things. If it makes my life easier, I'm all for it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's for that at this moment in time. And that's just based on the digital ID. We've already got our credit cards and all that on our phone. I hardly take a wallet with me anymore. It's on my phone. I just go ding. That's it. Done.
Cash is king.
I can't lose.
I haven't got any of that on my phone.
No, cash is king. I'm sorry.
Cash is king, but I'm only going to lose it. It's one less.
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
I'm not, I haven't.
What you're saying, I get, and I don't class myself as old school, but I still wouldn't solely rely on that to take me through life. No way.
No, but unfortunately, we have to. That will be everything, because people don't have a house phone anymore, so that will take most of it calls. We have to now log on to make a doctor's appointment or a hospital appointment. I had my diabetic appointment the other week, and my results are now coming in through a phone where I have to download an app to get my results. Not even a doctor calling me to say how good my results are anymore. They're just going to give me, they were good. So we're already in a place where this thing will outweigh anything else. And I get what you're saying. Cash is king. I will always say it. I have got cash, but I've got a wad of cash sitting in the drawer that I can't use, because if you go and take too much money into a personal bank, you get questioned, where have you got the money from? So I've got to now keep that cash there, because I'm going to get questioned. Where did that money come from? You go and take your money out, you get questioned.
That's easy. I won it at the bookies. I went to the casino. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's a simple answer.
But you can't go and buy.
Come on.
You can't go and buy anything anymore with cash. Like, I use this as an example, okay? My Christina, moved into her house, and she saved from work and everything. She had cash. She went into DFS to pay for a sofa, and they said, sorry, we can't take that much cash anymore. So they have to use a card or your phone. They would not take £2,000 cash. And not only was it DFS, she went into Furniture Village and she went into the other one, and not one of them would take the amount of money for that sofa in cash. You can't go and buy a car with cash. And that's not just recent. That's been over a long period of time. You're talking about 5 or 6 years now that you haven't been able to go and take a £1,500 deposit in cash into buying a car into a dealership. But you can do backs transfer, but not cash.
But that's only because the very small majority will say, I've got cash. If everyone done it, I guarantee you start taking cash again.
They'd have to do it.
If everyone went in there and goes, all right, I'll take it elsewhere, they'd lose so much money.
Yeah,
but that's
again, that's our fault. Yeah, we've blindly gone into all these changes.
But this is what I said. I was with Christina at the time. I was with Christina at the time, and I said that you can't refuse legal tender. And they said, we are, and we will. That was their answer. We tried 3 different places to pay ready money with cash, and you couldn't. That's big chains. And I get what you're saying, Paul. I get what you're saying. And that's what they said. It's money laundering. Hence why you can't...
It's money laundering, and yet we can have High Street full of them.
Exactly.
I've got High Street full of them.
Exactly that. And that is when you take a personal amount of money into the bank and you say you want it in the bookies, you want it in there, you are then highlighted against the system, as far as I'm aware. And I'll stick to it. And I put money into my bank account, but you get questioned. You're made to look like an absolute criminal when you do it. But I get what you're saying. They can't make you have smartphones. I get it. But tell me the population who haven't got smartphones. And it's only going to be the generation of 70 plus. And most 70-year-olds have got smartphones. It's the new age will be smartphone. By the time we're gone, it's gone. And there will be no, because kids don't know what cash is. They don't teach that in schools. All kids see is their mums tap, 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 phone, tap, tap. They won't know cash. It's already implemented. You may have a Nokia 3210, but I know you haven't, Joe. You've got an iPhone that's like centuries old. You know? So it is about the masses, and we're never going to escape it. We're never going to escape it. And yes, we could all uprise against it. But look at what was it? The Tesco's Lidl's in Spain. They went cashless. And there was a massive uprising against it. it was a supermarket.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I may not get the right stuff, and they all went against it and didn't go in there. But Lidl's stood the test of time. I will say Lidl's, but I don't think it was Lidl's, and held their nerve and just stuck to it, and they're still going in Spain. People will always go to where they need to go to make life easier. Why would you need to carry 3 bits of object when you can take 1? That's how I see it.
Yeah, but you don't need to take that one. You can still take one object of a wallet with credit card and cash.
But I'm not, because
it's still one object.
Yes, but I have this also in my pocket.
It's your preferred method.
No, but why?
It's your preferred method.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but
it's your preferred method. It's not my preferred method. It might not be your preferred method.
No, but it's what it is the people of today will not want to carry around keys. They will not want to carry around a wallet, because men don't carry bags. They have to put it in their back pockets, and they make their jeans look baggy. We have to put it in everything in our jacket pockets, which overweigh everything. And it's what I'm saying is, eventually, that there will be one thing that you can get into. This gets into my car and starts my car. I don't have to have a key. It can take me shopping.
Sandra, that's brilliant. I like that, Sandra. That is brilliant.
I will absolutely lose my phone. I will absolutely lose my phone.
Sandra, that is brilliant.
I have the fallback of it, because I will have my wallet to still go and use stuff.
No,
and I
still want to take your wallet and cash away. I'm going to take your wallet and cash away. So all you've got is your phone.
But it would only be lost for what? Less than a day, because I go out and buy a new phone or get a new phone within 15 minutes, and everything you load up again, you've got within you within seconds. So as much as you want, it's more ag to lose my wallet than it would be to lose my phone, because then I've got to ring my credit cards. I've got to ring 3 credit card companies. I've got to renew my license. I've got to get a new EHIC card. I'd have to do multiple calling. But if it was on one thing with one button to say cancel, I'm done. Makes my life easier. And if that was the original, why would I want to ring up the banks? Well, you can't ring up the bank to say cancel my thing. You have to go on the app on the phone to cancel your credit cards now, because they don't ring them. So people are not going to ring because you can't get hold of them. You have to cancel your credit cards on your phone. So even yourself, when you are paying bills through the EGH account, you have to go onto your phone to have facial recognition to do a payment.
Yeah.
We've all got some sort of tie to this.
Yeah,
we can't let this go. And it was exactly what Stuart is saying. We are all at fault.
Yeah, I do agree. I agree with all at fault.
We're all
easiest for us, but you still got to be able to have the option. They can't just say to you, right, you can only use your phone. It's never going to be that. Well, it may be in, I don't know, but bloody hell, Paul, your prediction has seen what it's led to.
It was your prediction as well.
We're already at that point. We are already at that point in our generation where we can't do anything without some form of tie to this.
Agreed.
And doesn't you know, and that's the problem. We are tied to it. And the more we are tied to it, the more the problem is going to get out of control. So I'll go through some of the kits. You're the reason, Russ, that the banks are there, because you're happy to go along with all this. Yes, because it makes my life easier, Joe. I've never been a person, even from a young age, that don't want change in my pocket. I've never had a wallet with a change pouch. It drives me insane. Who wants a penny? I've never ever. I always go, I'll keep the bloody penny because I don't want it back. So it's there. It's there. I want an easy life. If I can take one thing with me when I haven't got to worry about, I'm losing money because I give away pennies and the change because I lose the change in my pocket. It falls out my pocket. So I'm saving money along the line. I've got a jar full of pennies down there that I can't even take into a bank anymore because you can't even just go and pull it on the thing and they count it. You have to put it in a bag and you can only take 7 bags in a day.
No, you can go. There's machines now.
But they take 10%.
No, not if you go. No. There are places that don't take 10%.
What if they take a bloody cut of it? I refuse to get rid of my jar with pound coins in it. I work in IT and we are told to secure our passwords in the cloud, etc. But the fact, if you write your password down on a piece of paper, they have to break into your house to find it. Exactly that. You're exactly that. And I do, funny enough, I do. I've got a little, I don't know where my little black book is, funny enough, but I've got a little black book somewhere.
See? Hold on. So you're back in the trend there.
But I've got a little black book.
If you want to go on this technology where it's all on here, why are you writing passwords down in a little book?
Because if I forget it,
that's contradicting it.
No, because if I forget a password, I've got to log into something. Where do I keep the password in my phone? They're in my phone on my notes. Right. I keep all my passwords in my notes, but I also have to write them down. If I log on, for example, if I log on to this computer and I want my banking things, I've got to put in a 6-digit PIN. I've got to put in a memorable date. I've got to do something else and what time I shit in the morning before they log into where my banking is. You know, I've got that book in front of me. So I have got I'm covered on all sense of, there's my little black book with all my passwords in it, which I'm covered on all sense of it. And
don't get broken into tonight.
Well, exactly that. Because I try and keep one password, but they tell you not to keep one password, don't they? It's no Russ, it's choice, and those under 45s are to blame. Yeah, but maybe, but we've all got to use that phone, and they're stopping it very quickly. You're giving into our freedoms over a few lost pennies. I was always told, look after the pennies and the pennies will look after you.
No,
every penny counts. You write your password, you're bonkers. Yeah, but no one can get into my phone, can they? So,
don't be. Hold on. Nobody can get into your phone. I bet you we could leave your phone on the side, and there's some genius out there. Well, I don't even be genius. Probably a 14-year-old kid will get into your phone within seconds.
Absolutely. And I've had it. I've had things not on my phone, and I've still been hacked. When I've had credit cards.
Yes,
I've been hacked on credit cards without even back in the day when phone banking never existed. So it's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be.
You use them petrol stations. You shouldn't have used those petrol.
Yeah, you shouldn't use any petrol stations. You know, but I hardly use petrol stations anymore now because I charge it up from home. So, right. Let's get off that one. Move on to our second predictions, wherever this will take us. Right. Go on then, Simon. Your next prediction.
Okay. I'm going to do one that's closer to home and closer to me, if you like. Right. So I think this year there's going to be a lot of UFO researchers are saying that we're going to get disclosure. And I think we're going to get a lot of disclosure over the one place that I love going, and that's Rendlesham Forest. Already it's happening. There's still disclosure coming out now. 40 years later, the thing I've just gone through is the thing that I watched quite a lot of over the Christmas period was Gary Heseltine. I'm listening to Gary Heseltine all the time now. And the things that he's found out and what's coming out in the past 40 years, I think I can actually go to Rendlesham, with a bunch of like-minded people, and this year I'm going to call it forward, and I think we're going to see it. That's my prediction for this year.
And just on a side note of that, we are working very hard to get Gary to join us on the show, and I do believe that he will be joining us at some time towards the end of February. Okay. I think Paul would benefit from the link, Simon. So if you find the link of that YouTube, send it to Paul.
I definitely will. Right?
Yeah, please.
But there's other things I found out more recently. Also, which I never knew. Did you know about the freak storm of 1989?
The freak storm.
Storm. S-T-O-R-M. Yeah. It blew all the trees down in Rendlesham Forest. Only in Rendlesham Forest in 1989. There's so much coming out that... Joe, if there's 10 of us and I'm going to call it forward, I'll walk up that path. Whether I've got my incontinence pants on, I'll be up that path. When I crap myself. Yeah. But yeah, there's so much coming out. I think there's evidence going to come out from the US because I think that's where it's held. And I think there's films of the beams coming down from Craft that we haven't seen yet. I think there's so much more to come out about Rendlesham. And if Gary does come on the show, I'd like to ask him about if he thinks there was also nuclear weapons held or nuclear warheads held at Woodbridge. As also,
I think that's been confirmed by Colonel Holt.
Right. No, I think it's. I think they're all saying Bentwaters. I don't think they're saying it was held at Rendlesham, but I think they are. I think it's underground.
Stuart went to Rendlesham on his own in November. Sir, a very quiet forest for what it is.
Exactly, Stuart. Exactly.
So I will sort of join because that sort of goes to sort of one of my theories. I feel this year, and I'll word it in ways that how I've put it, I think NASA / the powers to be, whatever we're calling that, deep state or whatever, will show us the first sign of some form of craft. Of some form. Where that be, I don't know if it's going to be out in some form of telescope, or I don't know if it's going to be sort of something glimmers, but I think we're going to see NASA release some form of image that, and I'm not talking about necessarily the same old tic tacs that we get. I'm not talking about the same old little blob in the sky that moves very fast. I am saying that this will be very definitive, very clear cut of that it is nothing of our Earth. And I think it will be put to some form of, in some form of way, that it would be a different continent, military new craft. Does that make sense? So I think some, like, remember like the so-called hot air balloon thing that Joe Biden shot down?
Yeah.
He blamed on Russia. That's what I'm going to sort of air on, that we're going to see this craft and they'll say it's some new fandangled passenger airplane from China. But it will be definitive that it isn't.
Oh, so you mean on Earth they're going to release?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
So sort of along the lines of Simon's there with disclosure on Rendlesham. I'm not. I think it's more a piece of object, so to speak, a physical object. Your second one, Paul?
I think I'm predicting, because this topic's all gone very quiet all of a sudden, but I think we're going to finally get the answer as to what exactly is underneath the pyramid.
Wow.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I like that. Now
Yes.
that would...
Because that's all gone quiet. And if it's as big as what they thought it was, surely they're still going to be looking into it. And I don't think it's going to be a whole year before they come out with some definitive proof.
Mm.
That'd be, but they, you know, we did, you know, not to say we didn't do any sort of major digging, but but there was the theory that the pyramids go a lot deeper, don't they, than they actually they go lower, as if they're like, is it obelisk? Is that the word? You know, the towers. You know, the
the columns, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you know the towers in the shop, the crystal towers, Si.
Yeah.
They reckon they're like them, but the pyramids were a lot higher. That's the top.
Yeah.
Just of it. And they were built high up.
Wow. Well, let's hope. Yeah, I hope you're right, Paul.
Yes, so do I, actually.
Well,
Really,
Joe, Joe, I know Joe has looked into some of the pyramids, and like, I think there is a lot there regarding energy generators and things like that. I think there's a lot there that would generate a lot of power in that form.
I think for years we kind of said that it was some kind of battery or free energy.
Yeah.
We thought it was because you know, when we was talking about it, Tesla studied the pyramids for years, and which kind of gave him the ideas about the Tesla coils and things like that. So I think that's why a lot of people went towards it's got to be some kind of free energy device, but never in a million years did I think people realised that underneath the pyramids there's such a vast structure.
No, I think you're right. I think it goes a lot deeper. And like in the theory of the pyramids, it goes a lot deeper, and in actual physicality, it goes a lot deeper, because they did find certain doorways, didn't they, that went even deeper. And wasn't it is it, I can't say the word, lidar scanning?
I think you was right. The first was LADAR, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
They
found out it went a lot deeper than it actually is. And the actual burial of like the mummies of the you know, what was the catacombs of these old people that were there, like mummies, were just a cover up of what they actually were. They actually found them.
Well, I thought they didn't actually. There wasn't a single pharaoh or anything actually inside the pyramids, was there? We was told it was a temple built for the dead, but there was never actually any bodies found inside, was there?
Yeah. That was one of them, wasn't it? Didn't the structure hold water? They found water, didn't they, in one of them? In like some form of like pressurized You're right, Jane. Hello, Jane. I don't know your name, but I think you're new to the show. So welcome to the show, Jane. And welcome along. The Pyramid of Giza for healing rather than ancient burials, it suggested. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. It's that shape again, isn't it? It's that shape again. Have any of you guys heard any more from Kaz Clark? I can't say that bit. Penrick
incident. No.
Yes. No.
No.
So, straight answer, Joe. No. She's probably living it up in the Mauritius in her own private penthouse suite somewhere. Right. So we've done that. We're on to our last last predictions. I've actually gone down my list. I've gone down my list. Right. Last one. I'll go first because I never gone first before. Hold on, let me just. I've got some more questions. I don't know the mechanics, but it produced power of some sort. Yes, there was a big thing about it. There was a massive thing about it, Jane. Absolutely, you're spot on. And I will try and do some digging on that because I'm pretty sure that Paul or I sent Paul messages showing this incident of it. That was fascinating. I didn't know there was no evidence of mummies in the pyramids. In certain pyramids, I think it was. I think they were used as cover-ups. I think the actual burial sites were more to do with some form of cover-up to what the real pyramid was.
Mm.
So, what was it? Kaz reported the sighting as a flying pyramid. Okay, so perhaps she's in a pyramid. I never researched that, James, so he'll go there. So, right. Now, I am going to say another one of my wacky theories, and I believe that this year we're going to have a little bit like a Marvel expose, so to speak, okay? And I think that it's a toss-up between three countries. It's never going to be ours because we're not like that. It's going to be the US. It's either going to be the US, Russia, or China, okay? And I think they're going to release and do this mass production of a new weapon that has been seen but never, ever admitted that we have. And I do believe it is some form of high-powered blue beam weapon. Laser, high-powered weapon. Like that we've seen rip through the state of Hawaii. Like we saw rip through the state of LA with video footage of the blue strikes coming down from the skies and moving along the roads. I think this year will be the year that they will use and virtually we will say this weapon because
if you're saying it come down in Hawaii and Los Angeles,
yeah,
I don't think it's the US that have got it.
No. I think the US.
You're putting a lot of faith in the US there, what they've done to their own people over the years.
Yeah, I think the US did it on purpose. If it was against the US, they would have gone to war.
Yeah,
that's just a logic. But
smart cities, doesn't it?
Yeah, they were testing something. So, and I watched a video the other day, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it was 100% correct or they was 100% accurate in what they were saying, but the logistics of it and the interviews they did, rightly or wrongly, I don't quite know, was with the United States when they went to capture the Venezuelan president.
Yeah, with drones.
With the 100 drones that appeared. Did you see that interview?
I've heard clips of what someone said that was there.
And the sonic weapons that they used. The laser-guided missile, but laser-fired shots. And the interesting was that there was 262 military personnel protecting that president at that time, and there was 18 US soldiers that went in 4 helicopters. I don't know what they call them. Secret Service, SA. We're the SAS, aren't they? Or are they the SAS? I don't know what the equivalent is to the States. And one of the military personnel of the Venezuelans said, I have never seen technology or weapons like that in my life. And it just got me thinking. It was a very last minute prediction, and it was like that. I think we're going to see more of this upscaling of Project Bluebeam, which we can take or leave Project Bluebeam with, you know, the way what we're told Project Bluebeam is. But what happens if Project Bluebeam is actually a weapon rather than an actual theory as well? So that's one of my predictions that's my last prediction for what may come in 2026. Bit of a deep one. Let's have a look. I'm just going to go through some. I predict Russell get a Nokia. I'd definitely get a Nokia if they was a smartphone. If they use weapons in London, Chelsea will be okay. But exactly, it's blue. I can imagine there is some kind of umbrella weapon. Unfortunately, I think the only way we will know is if we go to war. The nuclear bomb wasn't announced before it was used. Shock and awe, I'm afraid. Yeah, potentially. But I think there's going to be a lot of chest beating this year. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't think nuclear's anyone would be silly enough to use. It's, you know, with the capabilities they got now, I think it's more direct. You got more precision. You know, like you said, with that direct energy weapon, we tested one, didn't we, off our naval ships last year?
Yeah,
I think they called it the Dragon or something, didn't they?
Dragon missile, the same, wasn't it? Dragon fire.
Yeah. So.
We're basically a spent force, though, aren't we?
Sorry,
we're a spent force. UK's a spent force in technology. Our defence now is no defence, is it?
No.
What we know,
anyway.
What we know.
If Putin wanted to come in and do us, mate, we'd be done.
I have to concur, but we have to, you know,
But I don't think it'll be Putin. I think my prediction, it might be Trump, because he seems to be going everywhere else. And I think that's probably hence my prediction. I think Trump is becoming very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. To what he was put into power for and what then people have voted him in. I think he's definitely got another agenda there. I don't quite know what it is, but he seems to be going after everywhere. Does he want world dominance?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a tricky one, isn't it? I think it depends on how I mean he's perceived very negatively on all media, on all mainstream medias anyway, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you actually listen to him speak, I say to myself, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he hasn't got hidden agendas, but he does kind of make sense to me. You know, he says, well, nearly all of our drugs come from there, so we're stopping it. I'm putting America first. I want to clean up my town. You try and bring drugs into this country, but he said, you know, was it Cambodia or Colombia? A lot of our drugs come from there. It's run by cartels. We're going to stop it. All throughout history, no government has tried to take on the cartels. He ain't afraid to. And you think, well, I don't know. I think if you had someone as strong as that in this country, it would sort a lot of issues out. It would probably cause a lot of issues, but it would sort a lot of issues out.
I don't know. I think it's just going a bit over the top. And to be quite honest,
yeah, but don't forget with Trump, a lot of it is just words to get things moving. Look what he done with Gaza. You know, well, we're going to take over Gaza, and that got everyone talking, and it got everything settled.
Yeah, but then the one thing
He's a very shrewd man, very shrewd.
And now he wants to go into Greenland. That to me, come on.
Yeah, but does he?
Of course he does.
Again, I think we'll see it play out. If he was going to do it, I don't think he'd tell you that blatantly. I think he's said it so publicly because something else is going on there, and he wants to see what's happening.
I just can't trust him anymore. You know, when he first got in, I thought, okay.
Could we ever trust him? Could we have ever trusted him?
Could you ever trust anyone in power?
No, he was put there for a reason. He's another puppet. They're only the people in power are puppets. So whatever.
A dangerous loose cannon puppet, yeah. More dangerous than Biden was, more dangerous than Obama was, more dangerous than that. He's dangerous.
Yeah, but he's physically, in my eyes, he's not. He's given the power to become dangerous because the powers to be are allowing this to happen. This is the deep state controlling what they want. They want if they want Greenland, the deep state, they're going to fuel Trump to go and get Greenland. For what reason he wants Greenland, that's him. But
he only needs to have those, is it?
It's not. It comes under Denmark, doesn't it?
Yes.
Denmark or Norway, one of the two.
Denmark. But it was just a territory of Denmark or something, isn't it?
But in a strange sort of way, I sort of agree with you there, Paul, as in the fact is there's no shock to it now if he goes and gets it because he's told everyone that he wants it. So
but what gives him the right to do it?
No, but that's what I think he's
do it. Then he's no better than Putin walking into Ukraine.
He hasn't done anything as of yet. As of yet. And I'll say that in as of yet. So I'm with sort of Paul is that what else is going on there? What else is going on there that has stoked his fire to say, I want it? And I know there was a load of minerals to lithium. There's quite a high ratio of certain energy there that everybody wants.
And it's close to Russia. It's closer to Russia.
So, yeah, look, we've got to see how it plays out before anything, because at this moment in time, he hasn't taken it over. He hasn't done anything. He's just bounded his words to once again bang his chest. Agreed site I was glad when he got in. Now I think it's all changed. Greenland is not American. He should do one. They already have NATO bases there, and under NATO they can have even more. That's not what Trump's mindset is. Beside which Alaska is more at threat from Russia and China. That is Greenland. Venezuela around Mexico and Greenland. This year is going to be a bumpy ride.
I think it will.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a bumpy ride. I don't think we can even hide the fact of that. It's just how it all plays out, isn't it? How it all plays out, as I say. A lot of words are being bandied around. There's a lot of egotistical maniacs at this moment in power that have all got...
I still think a lot of it is down to the fact that America lost a lot of its respect under Biden, especially after pulling out of Afghanistan and leaving everything there, the billions of pounds worth of equipment. And they become a bit of a laughing stock. And he's done a hell of a lot with the military since he's been in Trump. And like you say, I think this is a lot about banging his chest. And, he was laughing at us a few years ago. Now see what we're capable of. And I think that is, like you say, I don't think he'll ever get to the capacity of being able to go up against Russia or China, because their military is just vast. And I think Russia could have ended that war like that if they wanted to, because their firepower is just immense. So I think it is a lot of banging your chest, and this is what we can do now. Look at what we can do. Be frightened of us, and he ain't afraid to go in there. And I think he's got to go into certain places and do what he's got to do to make other countries scared. Like you say,
it's just, you know, big dick syndrome in my eyes.
It is.
They've all got egotistical maniacs.
My gun's bigger than your gun.
Yeah, we are laughing more at the US than under Biden.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's not a bad point.
I really not. I think he's done a hell of a lot of good. Don't get me wrong. I do not agree with everything he's done out there. But the funny thing is, the only things you hear about him doing on the news is from the lefties. When you actually look at social media, you see the people that voted Trump. They're saying how much better it is out there, how much more affordable it is out there. The pharmaceutical, all the drugs have gone down in price. You know, he's making it better for the American people, which he was elected to do. All this other stuff, that's where he gets his bad press. You don't hear anything good what that man does. You only hear the bad.
Well, it's a drawn subject, isn't it? We'll find out this time next year where we all sit, won't we? Trump knows a lot about UFO stuff and still hasn't released jack shit.
Again, it's because he's under control. It's the deep state. Like you said, if he was his own person and he had control, he would release it. I think. Because, like you say, he's a puppet. They're all puppets.
I think he says things out loud, and then the deep state get involved, and he can't do what he wants to do because they'll just say like, "Shut up," and he has to do what they do. Do you know what I mean?
Rain, stop going off the telephone.
A big joke. It just made me laugh. He gives me more pleasure. Joe Biden gave me more pleasure because there was more hysterical things to deal with than him.
He was just embarrassing, wasn't he? Let's be honest.
Can I make another prediction?
Go for it.
Might see Capel Green film this year. Joe is the only one that's seen Capel Green, and the lead researcher was that Andy Heseltine for Capel Green. So I've sent the link. Paul, to the group. So have a look at it. It's good.
Paul, did we do your last one?
No, we haven't. I actually had another two, but I'll save my first one that I talked about war. I predict that the Ukraine war is finally going to end this year.
Okay, interesting.
Under the US,
sorry,
under the US, doing things, asking Putin to.
I don't know.
Give their land away.
Don't know how or what. I think it's all going to be resolved by the end of the year.
So you're saying resolved? So it'll be peaceful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I like that one. Good. I hope so.
I'm with you on that one.
Do you know why though? Because I think disclosure's coming. I think there's a hell of a lot more to come out. I think there's loads more to come out, Joe. I think we're only touching it 40 years later, and I think we're only touching the surface. But hang on.
I don't quite know. Sorry, Paul looks confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember I messaged you months ago about going to see a film on a Wednesday night?
Yes.
You couldn't make it. Right. So that was the film called Capel Green. It was about the UFO incident at Rendlesham Forest.
Right.
Okay. And there have been people put through lie detectors and everything within the film. Okay. Joe, we never saw that one. Well, that night it got cancelled. It got pulled for some strange reason. It got pulled.
Yeah.
And we didn't. and we didn't know why. And then Joe managed to get more tickets somewhere else, and that got pulled, or they couldn't get. And there's so much cryptic going on their Facebook page that it's like, I don't get it. It went to Australia and went released, and it stopped, and it went somewhere else and got stopped, and couldn't get it. I don't think it went live in America though. I'm not 100% sure.
Apparently, that is where the tapes and the filming is. It's in America. It still exists in America to this day.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever did a premiere in the States. I don't think it ever got a live premiere like it did in Australia and over here. So I'm assuming, reading between the lines, there is some form of publication issue between the US and outside of the US, why it can't be issued. I don't know. There is something that is not right with it.
Joe, I wish you'd have filmed it. I wish you'd have filmed it in the cinema, mate. Why couldn't you take your camera and illegally filmed it for us?
I don't think they've even got their Facebook page anymore, have they? How are you spelling K-Paul?
C-A-P-E-L.
C-A-P-E-L.
Yeah.
K-Paul Green. It's got over... so December 28th was the last post. And the last post, the 28th of December, was today should commemorate the 45th anniversary of Larry Warren's involvement in the Rendlesham Forest incident. Ideally, this milestone should have been observed through celebrations surrounding the continued release and distribution of the documentary film Capel Green. Regrettably, this has not been possible due to unresolved issues behind the scenes. Nevertheless, several principal shareholders remain actively engaged in efforts to address these challenges and expedite the film's release to the public soon as possible. We owe this commitment to all, to Larry Warren and other witnesses involved. Additionally, it was owed and dedicated to researchers, contributing classes, tremendous efforts. In September 2017, it began. But everything was filmed in this country.
So has anyone seen it?
Joe.
Oh, so people have watched it and they've pulled it halfway through.
Yeah.
Right. Once. I think it was only shown once. I think he saw the first screening, that was it.
Oh, right.
I'm just trying to find if it was ever released in America. No, that's in England. So it was released in Liston on the 8th of August. Liston the 30th of August. Then it went to Oatmeal Cinema Complex on Wednesday the 20th. Then it went to Australia, South Australia, but I do not think it was ever released in the States. Australian premiere. Yes, Suffolk. It's only been in England and in Australia. England and Australia, it's only been released. So I'm assuming there is something to do with the the American rights. I don't know if obviously the US military government have got involved because it doesn't follow their Colonel Holt's proceedings, and I know there was a lot of it was Colonel Holt's crew against Larry Warren's crew, and Penniston didn't have anything to do it, and you know they're all changing their stories from one side to the other. So I know there's.
I think the thing about it wasn't just one incident. I think we're talking 2 or 3 nights. this perceiver of one UFO was not it. And I think that's what this points to. It went on over a series of nights, not just one night. So you're getting two stories, but it's about two different things. I think that's probably the difference.
I didn't. What's that? Sorry. It's only been shown once here and once in Australia. It's over in fight. One lot want it streamed, one lot want it in cinemas. I think there's more to that than that. More to that.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. Yes, it was more than one night over the Christmas period, Jane.
Yeah, it was, and there's little side stories to it as well. There's more people involved and more witnesses coming forward now that didn't realise that they weren't, that the times that they were talking about, they were on site. So it's really strange. What's coming out now is really, really interesting, more so than when it first happened.
Yeah, but is it coming out now? It's
Yeah,
because you watched that interview with Gary Hessenthaler, but that interview was quite old, though, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was, because he was one of the researchers for Capel Green.
Hold on, I can open that up and it will tell you when that was released on that thing.
He was the lead researcher for Capel Green, one of the lead researchers for Capel Green.
Oh, shush. That was released 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, this film's been probably years in making.
Yeah, 2017 that started.
Yeah. So
that interview that you watched was 2 years ago.
Yes, and I think there's been more. I've watched more stuff since that. Not just from Gary Hasseltine, from a lot of other places, and there's a lot of other evidence coming in that's been released. It's just been released, and you wouldn't know it's been released unless you're looking for it.
Yeah,
it's released in plain sight, so you can get it, but you wouldn't know. Nobody said, "Oh yeah, we've released this."
I think it's absolutely apt. I don't think we're ever going to find the truth to it. I think you've got obviously 3 people that were there, as in the ones I know, as in Colonel Holt, Penniston, and Larry Warren, are telling you 3 different stories, but they all told the same story at the first time. So there's always going to be this mixed emotion of what's gone on. And why can't it be over 3 nights? Because they didn't give us the original date it happened. No one could give us the original date it happened. So that makes perfect sense why it happened over 3 nights, because no one could tell you what night it was going on, because it happened over more than one night.
And I think there's 2 different landing sites.
Yeah.
So, and I think the bloke that worked there when the beams were coming down was a year before, or I'm sure a year before, but hey, I could be wrong. I could be getting confused.
I tried the same thing. I tried and it doesn't work. That it's not on there. But yeah, it's odd. It's odd. I don't. Are we ever going to get disclosure as we want it? No, I don't think we will get disclosure of what we really want. But I hope we do get to see the film. And if we do get a chance to see it, there's no way we're cancelling it. We're just going no matter what we're doing. We'll just drop everything and go, because we don't know how long we're going to get a chance to see it. 26, 27, 28.
And Joe, also look at the same time of year in 1979, a whole year before it. That's the one that a lot of people are missing. Believe it or not.
So it's all very interesting. But we've got to the end of the show, guys. So thank you ever so much for everyone that's joined us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed your predictions, our predictions. Maybe apt, maybe not. But let's hope some of them come true. Let's hope some of them don't come true, I suppose. But it's going to be, I think, the general census is going to be a bumpy year with whatever it is coming, whatever's going on. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say when it comes to that, but hopefully we're all here this time next year when we'll actually look back at our predictions and we can say, well, we got none of them bloody well right.
We'll pick the same things again for next year.
We'll pick the same things here. Very thing. But thank you for a great show, Jane. It was lovely to have you along. Stuart, absolutely. I'll live show in Rendlesham Forest in April, ? Don't go what that means, but
I'll do the show live from Rendlesham.
Yes,
Okay.
agree. And then we'll call it forward then and see what we get.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot to think about and how
Well,
to get
mate, even if you record it, even if you just record it like you did on a voice.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be right because if we catch something, we need it live. We need it there. And if we record it, then that looks like we can edit it. If we're live, it's harder to prove. So I've got to find some way of making it live and keeping power. So okay. All right. So leave that with me. Thanks, Joe. That'll be building up to it. All right. So get my head screwed on. It's all to do with signal. It's all going to be to do with signal. That'll be the massive issue there. Signal.
I don't know what it's been playing all the way through this show, but it really has been a bugbear.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I haven't got anything.
It's only faint in the distance.
Yeah.
There's my microphone. There's my phone.
I don't know what it is, but it's like
no,
goes again.
Yeah, it's like telly playing.
But I've got nothing on. I can tell you that now. I've got nothing on. So on that fantastic note, guys, we're going to be trying to go live from Rendlesham in a couple of months' time, a few months' time. How and when is another question. I think we're going to need Mr. Musk's Starlink somewhere along the line to give us some form of signal.
But if Paul comes, can't he video it?
Yeah,
but we need to go live.
You still want to try and go live, didn't you?
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be nice to have two.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
I'd want to go live with that camera. That would be my whole way. How I do that is another question. It's signaling. Signal is going to be the signal will be the issue to see if we can hold a signal. Even if we do something by the gate, I think we might have some form of signal there. But I should think that we would need
something in the car park as well.
So we shall see anyway. We'll have to work that one out somewhere along the line. Thanks, Joe Downs. Thank you, Mr. Paranormal Paul, and thank you, Mr. Psychic Site, for joining us tonight. I'll be back next week and probably be a more lighted-hearted show and where we go forward. All right, we'll try and keep it a little bit more upbeat. All right. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you all soon. Can we buy? Yes, but it costs a lot of money. I don't know if you can just buy one on. Well, basic package, I think, for Starlink is about £91 a month. But I don't know if you can buy it just for a month.
But if we can, yeah.
Look what happened at Cannock Live. What happened at Cannock Live? Can't remember that one.
What did happen at Cannock Live?
I didn't go live, did I? At Cannock? No, I did a recording live and it went funny. I did a recording.
Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. If I don't think we can get it for a month, and I've still got to power the router up to get it. So I need one of them jackery things. So, right, look. Right, we've got to go. All right. Thank you ever so much. Later. Joe, stop putting questions. I'm going to end the live stream. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you all next week.
Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.